Good morning. I am Miss Ferris, and I'm going to be teaching you about plants and people, lesson 10. All right, some of our core vocabulary words are bouquet, echo, bouquet. Bouquet is a bunch of flowers that has been arranged and wrapped. Example would be, I gave my mom a bouquet of roses on Mother's Day. The next word is lumberjack, echo, lumberjack. A person who cuts down trees, a logger. An example would be, the lumberjack carefully cut down the huge oak tree. Lumberjacks. This is the word bouquet. This is the word lumberjack. The next word, medicines. Echo, medicines. Substances given to a sick person to help people feel better. The doctor gave Javier 2 different medicines to help him feel better. The next word is, that's the word medicines. Next word is oxygen. Echo, oxygen. Oxygen is a gas found in air and water. An example would be, we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. The last word is provide. Echo, provide. Provide means to supply or give something. An example would be, your teacher will provide the paper, but you must bring a pencil. All right. Again, our lesson is lesson 10 on plants and people. You've already learned about several different ways that people make use of different parts in plants. Can you name a couple of the fruits that we've already learned? I can think of an apple, right? A strawberry, a turnip. Remember the gigantic turnip that we heard about? The top, the bottom, the greens, the roots, those are all important parts of the turnip. Well, today you're going to learn about that plants. In today's lesson, you're going to learn that plants provide 2 very important things for animals and humans to survive: oxygen and food. Take a deep breath. When you breathe in, oxygen goes into your body. Just like we must eat every day, we must also breathe oxygen in order to survive. Eating and breathing are only 2 of the many ways that people use plants. Listen carefully to find out how plants provide oxygen, as well as some other ways people use plants. All right? Here is a woman eating something. Where would we be without plants? The truth is that life for animals, insects, and human beings would be impossible if it weren't for plants. The most obvious reason plants are important is that they provide food. Again, here's that word, provide. Echo, provide. Put that right there. Provide means to give or supply something. People, including you, eat plants or parts of plants every day. What does a woman in this picture have in her mouth? It's lettuce. Of course, you don't see too many people chomping on lettuce in this way, but you will find lettuce in salads and sandwiches. Lettuce is good for you. It's a healthy vegetable that comes from a plant. Making me hungry. Just like fruit, all vegetables are parts of plants, including potatoes, beans, peas, carrots, peppers, cucumbers, and squash. Each comes from different plants and from different parts of plants. But they all come from plants nonetheless. Let's name some of these. Here's a tomato, an eggplant, a potato, and that actually may be a pear. That's a pear, a pepper, a lemon, an apple, something different. There's kiwi, corn, grapes, a turnip, garlic, an orange, maybe a cherry, lettuce, all good things for you. Many fruits and vegetables are healthy and tasty, so you should try to eat some every day. This is a picture of an ear of corn and a cornfield. Believe it or not, corn comes from a special type of grass. Do you like to eat corn on the cob? I do. Get it stuck in our teeth, though. Have you eaten any bread lately? It is likely then that you have eaten wheat. Wheat also comes from a type of flour. Wheat also comes from a type of grass, Its seeds are ground up and used to make the wheat flour. And wheat flour is used in many kinds of breads, cereals, and cakes. This is a picture of a bowl of rice and a rice paddy or field. People all over the world eat rice. It is used to feed billions of people every day. You have just learned about 3 important grains. Let's see if we can name them. Corn, wheat, and rice. Grains are seeds that come from different types of grasses. What could this be? Plant and plant products can also be used to make fabric or cloth. Fabrics are used to make clothing, blankets, and other everyday things. What you're wearing, what you cover up with, what you may wash your face with. This picture shows cotton plants. Fluffy white cotton is often dyed or colored to make colorful clothing and blankets. When people are feeling sick or sad, it is nice to give them a bouquet of flowers. There's that word, bouquet, echo, bouquet. A bouquet, again, is a bunch of flowers arranged together. You see the tulips. Flowers can cheer people up and let them know they are loved. Have you ever received or given flowers? It makes you feel good. Maybe your mommy or your daddy have received flowers or given flowers. There are many things that you would not guess have anything at all to do with plants, such as the tires on a car, which are made of rubber. In fact, much of the rubber we use for everything from tires to rubber bands to basketballs comes from the sap of rubber trees. This is a white liquid coming out of this rubber tree. That is the sap. And then it's turned into the rubber that is made into tires, basketballs, rubber bands. I think I said that. Another type of sap we use comes from maple trees. This type of sap is clear and gives us something much better tasting than rubber, maple syrup. In early spring, people drill small holes into the trunks of maple trees and insert spouts. There's a spout, which allow the sap to drip out into buckets or holding tanks. When the sap is boiled, it turns into maple syrup that we put on our waffles. Don't worry, the holes don't hurt the trees. They heal during the summer and fall, and people pick a different spot on the trunk to drill for the next spring. Some plants and plant parts can be used to make medicines for curing diseases or healing wounds. Here's our word, medicines. Echo. Echo, medicines. Using plants to make medicines requires a great deal of knowledge. A person must know how to find the right kind of plant, and he or she must know exactly which part of the plant to use and how to use it. In some parts of the world, knowledge of medicinal plants has been passed down from generation to generation, from parents to their children for thousands of years. One very common medicinal plant is the aloe vera plant. Inside its thick green leaves is a clear gel, which many people use to help heal small cuts and to soothe sunburns. Again, that's called aloe. Some doctors and scientists think that eating or drinking parts of the aloe plant is good for your stomach and can help prevent many diseases. People use the wood from trees to build houses and to make many other things. People use the wood, not the word. People use the wood from trees to build houses and to make many other things. This lumberjack, here's our word, lumberjack, echo, lumberjack, right here. This lumberjack, a person who cuts down trees, is using a powerful chainsaw to cut down a great big pine. This is a gigantic pine tree. Can you see it? Kind of looks, got a glare on it. After he chops this tree down, the lumberjack will saw off all the branches. The bare trunk will be loaded onto a truck and taken to a lumber mill, where it will be turned into boards. People also use the wood from trees to make fires when it is cold outside. This person is splitting logs to burn in the fireplace. Wood is also used to make tool handles, instruments, and other objects. Baseball bats are often made of wood from the ash tree. Where's the baseball? Right there. One of the strongest trees in the forest. It is very important to plant a new tree for every old tree that is cut down, so that there will be plenty of trees for other people to use in the future. Because if they cut them all down, then we won't have our wood, and then we won't have any of these things left. So a new tree is always planted when an old tree is cut down. That sounds like a good plan. Here is another important thing to know about plants. They help keep the air clean and fresh. When plants make their own food, they release oxygen. Can you say that word? Oxygen into the air. What is this process called? Photosynthesis. I heard some of you. When oxygen is released into the air. When you breathe in, that same oxygen travels to your lungs. Oxygen keeps you alive. You need oxygen all day and every day. Take a deep breath. You just breathed in oxygen. Did you have any idea how important plants are to people? Well, now you know. All right, I've got some questions. What are some foods that plants provide? Stop, think. Plants provide corn, wheat, rice, vegetables, and maple syrup. Can you say that back with me? Plants provide corn, wheat, rice, vegetables, and maple syrup. What can people make from cotton plants? Stop. Think about it. I'll repeat it. What can people make from cotton plants? People can make clothes and blankets from cotton plants. People can make clothes and blankets from cotton plants. All right, next question. What kind of plants are car tires, basketballs, and rubber bands made from? What kind of plants are car tires, basketballs, and rubber bands made from? Stop. Think. Car tires, basketballs, and rubber bands are made from rubber trees. Let's say that again so we can put it in our head and remember it. Car tires, basketballs, and rubber bands are made from rubber trees. Good job. The next question. Many plants are used for medicine. Which plant is used for cuts and burns? I'll say it one more time. Many plants are used for medicine. Which plant is used for cuts and burns? Stop. Think about it. So you got it. The aloe vera plant is used to heal cuts and burns. The aloe vera plant is used to heal cuts and burns. Next question. What is lumber or wood from trees used for? What is lumber or wood from trees used for? Stop. Think about that question. Ready to answer? Lumber is used for building houses and making things like baseball bats. Say that with me again. Lumber is used for building houses and making things like baseball bats. Last question. How do plants help people breathe? How do plants help people breathe? It's one of those tricky words, one of those core knowledge words. I think I forgot to show it to you before. Plants help people breathe by providing oxygen. Echo, oxygen. Plants help people breathe by providing oxygen. Good job. Now, I'm going to ask a question. I'll give you a minute to think about the question, and then I'll ask you to either turn to your brother, your sister, your mommy, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa, anyone nearby, and discuss this question, okay? Think about it. Pair up with the person you're going to talk to about it. And unfortunately, we won't be able to share it, but you can share it to the screen. Sound like a plan? Which of the ways that people use plants surprised you the most, and why? Which of the ways that people use plants surprised you the most? Think about it and share it. In the read aloud, you heard, when people are feeling sick or sad, it is nice to give them here's our word again, bouquet, echo, bouquet of flowers. A bouquet, again, is a bunch of flowers, sometimes tied together with a string or placed in a vase. Ava gave her mother a bouquet of flowers for her birthday. I would like you to write about on a piece of paper or your whiteboard about a person that you would like to give a bouquet of flowers to, and why? You can write a sentence about it and start it off like this. I would give a bouquet to, share with that friend that's nearby or a family member that's nearby, because, so again, I want you to draw about who you would like to give a bouquet of flowers to and why. And then you may try to write this sentence. I would give a bouquet to blank because blank. And your sentence may look like this. We'll start it with our first word. I would give a bouquet, you know how to write the word a, bouquet to, then you need to fill it in, who you would give it to, and then you're going to continue the sentence with the word because, and then fill in the rest. And what always goes at the end of a sentence, your period. Remember, the beginning of your sentence starts with a capital, and then your spaces between your words. And I'll leave this up for a couple seconds if you would like to copy it. I would give a bouquet of flower, or a bouquet to who, you put who you would give it to, because, and then tell why. What's the word we've been talking about? Bouquet. Very good. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day, and see you next week. Bye-bye.